Hello, this is Chris Pierce, and welcome to the Self-Maintenance of the Brain and Body podcast. This is episode 12, and I'm going to talk about supplements. I'll share with you guidance from the National Institute of Health's Office of Dietary Supplements and what they recommend with regards to your self-care approach to supplements. And I'll also share guidance from the Federal Drug Administration regarding the use of supplements. So the purpose of supplements can be found in its name. It supplements the nutrients needed by your body that are either not produced by your body or not found within your basic diet. Or in some cases, increased activity requires you to supplement your diet when you do not achieve enough nutrients from the basic diet to meet the demand of this increased activity. For example, when powerlifting, your body needs extra protein to properly heal and build muscles. I would feel a notable difference when taking whey protein after a marathon. Protein supplement provided my body with the extra protein needed for the muscle recovery after running almost 4 hours. You can use supplements in times when your body requires this augmented support. The Food and Drug Administration describes supplements as dietary supplements in part as products taken by the mouth that contain a dietary ingredient. Dietary ingredients include vitamins, minerals, amino acids, herbs, and botanicals, as well as other substances that can be used to supplement your diet. You can also use natural supplements to treat some medical issues that are normally treated by synthetic drugs. The Food and Nutrition Board Guidance to Reducing Your Risk to Chronic Disease explains that supplementing one's diet with FDA-approved supplements can serve as an alternative to medications or to treat or cure many chronic diseases. Some dietary supplements can help you get adequate amounts of essential nutrients if you don't eat a nutritious diet of various foods. But this does not replace a healthy diet. If you want to learn more about what a healthy diet looks like, do a Google search for what's called the Dietary Guidelines for Americans. I'll put a link to this resource as well in the show notes of this podcast. Most people in the U.S. take daily vitamins and supplements, especially those who put more demand on their muscles through workouts. So what supplements should you take? As you develop your own self-health approach, reflect on the areas where you may be struggling and begin to try adding supplements that can improve the symptoms associated with these difficulties. Let me share with you a list of supplements that support sleep, cognitive health, and pain management. I created this list by comparing various scholarly articles and other health websites to determine the most widely recommended supplements for each of these categories. First, if you want to improve sleep efficiency, these are the most recommended supplements to promote sleep: GABA, melatonin, L-theanine, 5-HTP, magnesium, lemon balm leaf, valerian root, and ashwagandha root. Many of these supplements for sleep, they support the neurotransmitters responsible for the processes of sleep occurring in the brain. By supplementing these neurotransmitters, you help your brain do its job while you sleep. Second, if you want to improve cognitive function and mental health, here are some of the most recommended supplements to support this. Supplements that support cognitive and mental health are vitamins B1, B2, B12, vitamin C, vitamin D, magnesium, omega-3, saffron, probiotics, and 5-HTP. These supplements support the neurotransmitters and serve as brain fertilizer, helping the brain heal and reduce inflammation. If you haven't listened to episode 7 where I discuss nutrition in the brain, check out this episode to understand the fuel that the brain needs. Also, I mentioned probiotics. You see, because of the brain-to-gut connection, taking probiotics improves digestive health, which in turn improves brain functioning. And third, if you're dealing with chronic pain, here are some of the supplements to manage pain: turmeric, caffeine, probiotics, vitamin D, 5-HTP, boswellia, and glucosamine. These supplements affect the vascular system and the neural pathways responsible for sending pain signals and have been proven as a method to reduce pain. For example, caffeine has what is called vasoconstrictor properties, means it shrinks blood vessel pressure and alleviates pain. So many of the natural health supplements can help improve your life without the adverse effects of drugs. As you become a lifelong learner in the art of self-maintenance of the brain and body and take a multifaceted approach toward improving your health, you can apply supplements to the various other techniques you learn throughout these podcast episodes. I challenge you to take a proactive approach to your health and apply natural supplements to treat any condition that is currently impacting their quality of life. Check out the Food and Nutritional Board's Guide to Reducing Your Risk of Chronic Disease to learn more about using supplements in your self-care plan. I'll put a link to this document in the show notes of the podcast. This concludes this episode. Please tune in every Monday for a new self-care tip. If you enjoyed this episode, do me a favor, share it with your family and friends. You can learn more about this topic on my website at utah23.org. Also, please check out my self-care book titled Self-Health Andragogy, Self-Directed Learning Approach to Mental and Physical Self-Care. It's available on Kindle, print copy, and audiobook. You can find links to my website and to my new book in the show notes of this podcast.